Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the interesting things in the patch 7.3.5 that is expected to come out on the 16th. If it doesn't come out on the 16th, it would almost definitely come out the next week on, I guess, the 23rd it would be. Kind of go through the most interesting things again to me, and these are not going to be like class changes. These are going to be like new things in the game and things involving Battle for Azeroth and things like that. The biggest thing for me is the leveling revamp. A big hit in Legion was that you could go to, whether you went to Stormheim or Azuna or Valshra first, it doesn't matter. You could go wherever you wanted. So it's going to kind of be like that. Basically, each zone is going to have a minimum and maximum cap on it, and it's going to be a wider range. So it's going to scale up to a point. So I don't know if it's going to be 10 levels, 15 levels, but the zone's going to scale up to a certain point. So it's not going to need to be where you can do Elwynn Forest from 55 to 60, but maybe Elwynn Forest is going to go from 1 to 15 or something. 1 to 20. I don't know. I don't know the exact on it, but I like the idea of it. Basically, what you're going to be able to do, I know for Alliance, I'm sure there's a similar thing for the Horde on the Eastern Kingdoms. At some point, they try to send you up to like the Western Plaguelands and Eastern Plaguelands if you try to level up with questing instead of dungeons. And at that point, you pretty much just have to do dungeons because it's not worth wasting your time literally running all the way up there. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. And I'm guessing you're going to be able to skip doing that if you want. If you start off as like a dwarf, you can kind of make your way up there. It makes a little bit more sense. But if you start off as a human, it really doesn't make sense. Night elves, most night elves come over and start in the human area. Draenei typically do the same thing. So basically, mostly only dwarves kind of head north there. So I think you'd be able to skip those completely. And dwarves might even just head south if that becomes possible to do. Again, for the Horde, I don't know exactly how your leveling works, in what order you do the zones, but I'm sure you have a similar thing in some way. There's also going to be certain expansions are going to be able to done in different order if you choose. I don't know exactly what that means. I just know that perhaps an example would be you can do Lich King after Pandaria, for example. I'm not saying that's the exact thing that's going to happen, but you can choose the order in which you do them. They're going to scale for that whole like levels. 1 to 60 is a bigger range, but like 5 levels or 10 levels, basically that whole thing will just be able to be done in a similar way as Legion, and it won't matter really when you do them necessarily. I'm guessing maybe like you can't switch between BC, Burning Crusade, and Pandaria. Maybe that's too big of a gap, but in some way those are going to be able to shift around. They're also going to increase the amount of experience to get to level 60 initially, and heirlooms are going to give you a few less stats, and mobs are going to have higher health pools. This is going to make leveling a little bit better, a little bit more old-fashioned, that many players really like, and it'll be a better experience for new players, in my opinion. We will talk about the legendaries real quick. Legendary acquisition method. You can now buy legendaries with Awakening Essence. It's the same stuff that you use right now to upgrade a legendary to the item level 1000 currently. So instead of having a repeatable quest, you'll just acquire those essences. It'll be it'll be in your currency tab, and you can go buy the things from a vendor. They'll be a little bit expensive to buy, but you can earn them pretty quickly. Faction embassies are going to be installed. Faction embassies are basically how you unlock the new factions. The first 4 factions that are going to be available are going to be everything but the Zandalari Trolls for the Horde and the Dark Iron Dwarves for the Alliance. So that's Lightforged Draenei, that's Void Elves for the Alliance. For the Horde, it's High Mountain Tauren and the Nightfallen. Transmogrify, they're going to add the Trial Style Season 2. I like Season 1. Season 2 supposedly is going to have better rewards. They're going to add new weapon appearances while you're leveling. So there's going to be some cool little weapon appearances that pretty much everyone will get while you're leveling, unless that's only going to be for the new races, but I'm assuming it's for everyone. They're putting all the war time walking in the game, so that'll pop up on the calendar. Everyone loves all the war, it seems like, so that'll be good. The artifact weapons will be retired during this patch, so that does confirm this will be the last patch. This is probably going to happen closer to Battle for Azeroth, though, I'd imagine, because people are still going to be raiding up until a certain point, so they can't completely destroy our only weapons that we have while we're still raiding. That wouldn't make any sense. They're adding a new dungeon in PvP called the Seething Shore. Alliance and Horde fight over Azerite off a lush island off of Silithus, apparently. Um, let's see if there's anything. Again, the allied races are going to be at least introduced. I don't think they're going to be playable yet. Maybe they will. I haven't seen any confirmation on that, but that they'll be playable day one, like on the 16th. Uh, but they will be introduced at least. So that's again Nightborn, High Mountain Tauren, Light Forge, Draenei, Void Elves, and eventually the Dark Iron and Zandalari will be introduced as well. Other than that, that's about all the changes. I think there are going to be a few class changes as well, but I'm not going to hit on those on this. This video is already long enough. Um, if anyone has any questions about what I did talk about, feel free to ask, and I'll try to get back to you. Other than that, everybody have a good one.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Thumbs up and sub as always. Also comment below, share the videos. Appreciate it so much. You can also check me out at Twitter at WoW Gaming Inc. and at Twitch with the tag name Kneecap Killa. So everyone have a good one and see you again soon.